All right, here I am, Richard Del Conner, back again with more poetry to piss you off. All right, this poem is called Sense of Justice. Okay, we shouldn't get pissed off about a sense of justice. That should be a good thing. Actually, it is an amazing thing. I've been trying to figure out the whole snowflake phenomenon, and I actually figured it out. There's several factors that all come together. Of course, different factors, different people, different backgrounds, different environments, different cultures. But these factors come together, and where they hinge and where we determine right from wrong, at one point, everything's going to be wrong and everything's going to be right. We've got that sense of justice point. And that's what I define. I got a whole book of poetry I'm writing on it. I got quite a few poems I've already pumped out on the topic. But that sense of justice defines the difference between a snowflake or a pacifist or a whatever you are. It's your sense of justice. And so this is the first poem where I guess I kind of recognized it. So we'll see how far I get in illuminating you on this topic. But sense of justice. I mean, I was just watching some people bash a Jordan Peterson lecture, and their sense of justice means that they thought it was just for them to disrupt this person's business. Whereas if they were conducting a business or they had a little store or they were selling to some customers, they would probably think it was unjust if Jordan Peterson ran into their store and started yelling and getting between them and the customers. They would probably say, that's not very just of you, Jordan Peterson. You shouldn't be in my store yelling and disrupting my business. But they think it's just for them to disrupt his business. So the point is people's sense of justice is really off center. They wouldn't even want other people to do to them what they do to other people. So that's what I'm getting at. Your sense of justice has got to be really warped and out of balance. And so I kind of figured it out, and I'm still illuminating even myself on the topic, but I actually have figured it out, and I do understand it. Now it's a matter of understanding it better, and then figuring out how I can communicate it to other people, and then seeing if there's a way I can help people to improve their sense of justice. So that's my quest. That's my current quest. And that's this quest of this book that I'm going to write. In addition to some other books I'm writing, it's going to be called Sense of Justice. And this is a really important thing, despite all the character building things that I'm doing, in my other books and schools and stuff. But the sense of justice, if we can define this, we may be able to really help people, a lot of people, whatever. Okay, here we go. Sense of justice. This is the missing ingredient to understand our modern social impediment, the snowflake in the social lake. The snowflakes are a this or that identity. They identify with the unity of their disunity, to trouble make, although half-baked. If they were alone, they wouldn't shout so loud. But knowing they gain prestige in their fringe crowd, for goodness sake, an emotional earthquake. So I've been trying to understand these kids who want more censorship than Russia forbids, our freedom they take, for goodness sake. I figured it out. The underlying trigger is their sense of justice, something wrong grown bigger. They aren't awake. Their views are opaque. They're reacting from a sense of justice that has no concern for the rest of us. They love to break with shame to ache. When a sense of justice has no virtue, there are no limits to what it can or can't do. There is no mistake, if justice will okay it. Given values of resentment and non-existent oppression, they are overjoyed to create someone else's depression. While eating cake, they are real, you are fake. What this means is life only seems bliss when it's good, the way it should. Because the maternal rules are superior to patriarch fools who owe support money, and that isn't funny. The rules must be kept to keep the dirt and father swept under the carpet today, tomorrow farther away. It's fair without a leader or hierarchy, because we're not the military, that patriarch design with a leader to define. Democracy is what the kids want now. No bulls, just a bunch of equal cows. Everyone votes, but they don't count the goats. Because the only votes that count today are the votes that keep the father away. No one's rules. Lord of Flies, fools. So justice is decided by a vote, as long as you vote for a sheep, not a goat. Your values are wrong if they aren't in a pop song. This line is defined by children's mom, not dad. It's better to be a femdom than make your husband glad. Freedom is independence. Too bad it doesn't make sense.